Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Jay Kohn. Janelle is off tonight. A Billings teenage boy now facing rape charges. Yellowstone County Attorney Scott Twido confirming to Q2 that 17-year-old Braden Pond is facing 5 counts of sexual intercourse without consent. Pond was a student at Billings Skyview High School in 2016, where he played football 2 years ago. This past May, he was listed on MaxPrepSports.com as a member of Billings seniors football team, but as of tonight, he is not listed on seniors roster for the Bronx game against Kalispell Glacier. A check of the roster at the Yellowstone County Detention Center this evening also indicates Pond is not listed as an inmate in the facility. County Attorney Twido telling Q2 he has limited details to release on this case, but did tell us that Pond's arraignment has now been set for Wednesday, September 5th. Meanwhile, there is a hearing tentatively set for the 13th of September to determine if Pond will be tried as a juvenile or an adult. No other details about the charges against Braden Pond were immediately available. 2 Billings students struck by vehicles in 2 separate incidents this morning. Fortunately, in both instances, the injuries were only minor. Billings police taking this opportunity to remind drivers to be alert for kids now that school is again in session. This was the scene out on Central Avenue near Billings West High shortly before 11 this morning. Police Lieutenant Mark Cady says a teenage girl there was trying to cross the road when she was hit by a pickup truck. The girl did suffer just minor injuries, fortunately. Lieutenant Cady says drivers as well as students need to work together this time of year to stay safe.
And with all the construction and stuff going on and making people run late, they're driving a little faster and maybe not familiar with their surroundings and stuff. So good time to be careful, extra careful.
And in a separate incident, another student struck by a car early this morning near the Castle Rock Middle School. And again, in that case, the student was reportedly running between 2 cars. Minor injuries were only involved. In Yellowstone National Park, authorities now confirm it was a female grizzly with at least 1 cub that injured and attacked a 10-year-old boy on Thursday. That attack happened near Old Faithful along the popular Divide Trail. Park officials releasing new details about the attack today. MTN's Mallory Peebles reports.
The attack took place about half-mile up from here on Divide Trail. While park rangers search for the bear responsible, this trail and another will remain closed. This densely forested trail doesn't see nearly as much activity as nearby landmark Old Faithful, 10 miles away. But Thursday morning, a family of 4 headed up on a hike, and it wasn't long after that that the 10-year-old boy says a bear charged him from out of the brush. Rangers say he ran backwards towards his family, but the bear knocked him to the ground. His parents quickly responded by deploying bear spray, according to the report, and the bear took off. The family then walked back together to get first aid. The young boy has a wrist injury and scratches stretching down his lower back. Park officials say the attack came from a sow grizzly with a cub nearby. And because it was an attack caused by a surprise encounter, no action will be taken against the bear. Park officials also say this family did just about everything right. They were traveling in a group of 3 or more, carrying bear spray, and knew how to use it. Officials say it's an important safety reminder to be prepared, because whether you're on the boardwalk or a dense trail, every inch of this park is bear country. Officials say the last time a person was attacked by a bear in the park was 2015. Reporting from Yellowstone National Park, I'm Mallory Peebles for MTN News.
And Mallory tells us the Divide and the Spring Creek trails near Old Faithful remain temporarily closed. They're being inspected for recent bear activity. U.S. Senator John McCain's family says the 81-year-old senator has now decided to stop his cancer treatment. The Arizona Republican's been battling an aggressive form of brain cancer for more than a year now, and today his family shared the news. His diagnosis came after McCain underwent surgery to remove a blood clot above his eye. That's when he stepped away from Washington to focus on his treatment. But just 2 weeks after that brain surgery, the Arizona senator returned to the Senate floor, then defied fellow Republicans when he cast the deciding vote stopping the repeal of Obamacare. McCain has not returned to the Capitol since December, but rather has been fighting his brain cancer at his home in Arizona. Hurricane Lane now been downgraded to a Category 1, but the weakening storm is still packing a punch. Hawaii's Big Island now soaked with torrential rains, and Lane is expected to make a turn westward later Saturday, heading towards Maui. CBS's Chris Martinez has the latest.
Surfers tried to catch a few waves before Hurricane Lane set its sights on Maui. Spectators were also drawn to the shoreline on Oahu.
I just like seeing the winds and blowing, and the waves are just amazing. It's really cool.
In fact, authorities say too many people are still in the water and on the beaches.
The beaches are closed.
The slow-moving storm has already wreaked havoc on the Big Island, bringing torrential rains and flooding. Water rushed into Anna Madrid's garage, cascading down the stairs and pooling on the floor below.
The Big Island has seen the most rain. In some areas, seeing almost up to 3 feet of rain.
The storm is moving so slowly that bands of rain continue to drench the Big Island.
Lane is in the slow lane and doesn't want to go away.
Lane is now lumbering directly towards Hawaii's most populated islands of Oahu and Maui.
Stay indoors, shelter in place if possible. If you feel in an unsafe condition, then please, by all means, come to the emergency shelters that have been established.
FEMA has 3 search and rescue teams in Hawaii, plus food and generators. Supplies will be distributed in the hardest hit areas once the danger has passed. The U.S. Coast Guard is also ready to act. Chris Martinez, CBS News.
And speaking of weather, we turn now to the local weather scene. Bob McGuire joining us now to show us how the long-range winter forecast is looking here.
Yeah, a lot of folks are kind of nervous about this because we had such a bad winter last year. Right. So we're going to start off with last year's forecast. Do you remember this? This is what the Farmer's Almanac said. Cold, moderate snowfall and not as harsh as usual. Do you remember that? Well, this is what we had. Remember this one? 106 inches. We set a new record snowfall for the entire winter. That was incredible. Meanwhile, let me show you what we're going to see this year. So we decided to go with another company. This is the old Farmer's Almanac, and it says eastern Montana is going to be warm and dry this winter. Out in the west, it's going to be mild but snowy. Great news for the mountains and ski operators. Elsewhere around the country, it's going to be cold and snowy, and of all places, Arizona and southern Arizona at that, in southern California. It'll be wet along the Appalachian chain and generally warm and dry from the Dakotas all the way down to Texas. We'll have your local forecast, a little short-range one, coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Bob. Montana Governor Steve Bullock is in New Hampshire this weekend as he continues to test the waters on a possible presidential bid in 2020. According to WMUR-TV in Manchester, Bullock was the featured speaker tonight at a reception for New Hampshire Democrats. And WMUR also reports the governor will head to Portsmouth for a private dinner with about a dozen influential New Hampshire Democrats. Of course, the New Hampshire primary is the first nationwide party primary election held in the U.S. It's all part of the process of choosing delegates to party conventions to select a nominee for president. Last week, Governor Bullock was one of several Democrats from across the country to stump at the Iowa State Fair. Bullock's term in Montana ends in 2020. His name has been floated as a possible candidate for the 2020 Democratic nomination. Well, still to come on this Friday night edition of the Q2 10 o'clock news, the state of Montana no longer dividing liquor licenses up based on a lottery system. We'll tell you about the new process in a moment. And later in sports, Senior High begins their three-peat chase. See if the Bronx can win their 27th straight game.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Kohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.